Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am riding this. This is the Java Perak. Yes, it looks like actually a bobber motorcycle because it is. However, it is a customized motorcycle which is on sale. That's kind of weird and awkward. However, that is what makes it really very unique. Can you see the design? First and foremost, it doesn't get any LEDs. Everything is round. Of course, it says Java on the inside. Can you see that? Yup. Halogen lights, halogen indicators. Horn is placed right there. And you know what, from the side it looks absolutely gorgeous. This is a motorcycle now. Everyone stops you to ask you, what is this bike, where did you get it customized? Because it looks like a complete customized motorcycle. So a big thumbs up to Classic Legends to actually make something which looks this stunning and putting it on sale as if it's a concept model. Of course, at the front we've got a 100 section tire. 190/18 is the size of the tire, but this bike has a lot of zip ties. Alright, you see how they have tried to put every wire into place. You can see it here as well. Where is it? Yeah. So, lot of it being done. Even for the indicators, yeah, the wire for the indicator, that's how it's done. So, yes, build quality and overall fit finish could have been a lot better. Now, it gets a single seat. The wheelbase is longer than a regular Java. They've made changes to the swing arm as well. So, a lot of changes when compared to the regular Java. In fact, the engine is also bigger on this motorcycle. The foot pegs are a slight front set ones. Obviously, you've got dual exhaust as well. This is, I think, probably electricals, battery and whatnot. This is a monoshock suspension. And this happens to be the seat, which is on the softer side. It's finished in tan. The bike is actually finished in matte. It says Java right here, Perak here. This thing actually comes in your hand when you open it. That's astonishingly poor and wrong. That should not happen for such an expensive motorcycle. Alright, the rear tire is actually bigger. Obviously, it has to be bigger. In fact, it is 140/70/17. So 17 at the rear, 18 at the front. Meanwhile, you get these round mirrors and it says Java here as well. Meanwhile, okay, this actually opens and probably you can keep the toolkit. You see the exhaust scrubs into multiple places because of the low ground clearance on offer. But this is a gorgeous looking motorcycle. I just cannot deny that fact at all. Alright, this is for low beam, high beam, this is for the indicator and this is for the horn. Let's do one thing. Let's turn on the motorcycle and there it does a full swipe up thingy. Now I have to press the clutch to turn on the motorcycle. So here we go. There it actually kind of rose to life. This is the engine kill switch, this is the starter button, the horn. It's very loud. Instrument cluster is very basic. It has an odometer and it's got the fuel meter in between, which is very difficult to read. And of course a speedometer, half of which you cannot see when you're riding the motorcycle. That's kind of funny. That's kind of ironical. This is the tail light, which happens to be an LED, but everything else is halogen on this particular motorcycle. Now I know you want me to ride it, so I'm just going to do that in a second, but let's hear how it sounds right away. No tachometer. Doesn't sound as good as it should. Let's start riding right away. But before that, let me show you the light, huh? Yeah, that could be more bright for sure. Alright, we're all set to go. Turning on the motorcycle. There it swipes up and into first gear straight away. Let's get going. Actually, the foot peg position is so freaking weird. Look at the way the needle is actually vibrating. That's kind of weird and awkward. So this is the Perak, which by the way is the bobber version of the regular Java. However, like you know, a lot of changes have been made. First and foremost, the wheelbase is longer, the swing arm is different, the frame has been modified. So many changes on this motorcycle is absolutely obnoxious. The riding position is absolutely hilarious because first and foremost, you know what? I don't know where my foot position is. My legs are like placed all over. That's how weird the riding position is actually on this motorcycle. But this engine is now 41cc higher in terms of displacement. It's 334cc and power is up, torque is up. It produces 30.2 bhp of power. Torque output is 32.7 Newton meters. Enough to take it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in around 11 seconds, which is decently quick. But this is not a long stroke motor. And there are so many vibrations which can be felt every freaking where. Yeah, there are so many vibes. I can feel them everywhere completely. I can feel it on the seat. I can feel it obviously on the foot pegs, on the handlebar as well, on the tank too when I lock my legs to the tank. And braking performance is okay. I mean, bite is good, but braking could be a lot better on this motorcycle. So this Java, I mean the Perak, the bobber, is actually a very stylish looking motorcycle. Has good amount of performance as well. It's fast enough, but it's very uncomfortable motorcycle first and foremost because there's so many vibrations which I always felt on the seat. Now, like always my ass is vibrating. Okay, that's not the right thing to say, but still that is one of the problems. And then of course the suspension travel is really obnoxiously low on this motorcycle, and that's the reason you can feel a lot. Now if you're heavier in terms of weight, like if you're really heavy in terms of weight, when you sit down now, the exhaust will kind of scrape when you try to turn right or left. And actually on the left side now, it's the side stand which turns either hits first before the exhaust does. So ground clearance is really very poor. In fact, even on a speed breaker, you have to be really very careful when you're going on this motorcycle, because it will tend to scrape. You can't do anything about it. That's one problem. Still, actually a very fun motorcycle ride. Now, it doesn't weigh much. 175 kgs is not a lot of weight as such. So yeah, that is actually a very big positive about this motorcycle. It doesn't feel its weight as such. I mean, the clutch is not really light, not really heavy, mediocre clutch. But you know what, the gearbox is actually slick shifting. There's a lot of wind blast on this motorcycle. The top speed is 140 kilometers per hour. There's no top end on this motorcycle. Obviously you don't even realize about the same, because first and foremost, it doesn't get a tachometer as such. It doesn't even get a trip meter. The bike wavers along very badly at higher speeds, so it doesn't have really good high speed stability either. So certain things could have been a lot better on this motorcycle for sure. Yeah, I mean, it is a showstopper in terms of appearance, but mechanically the package, the overall refinement, I mean, the refinement is good as long as you ride it in the low end. And talking about that, low end performance is the best on this motorcycle. Mid range is good, I would say it's decent, but the top end is the worst. It doesn't have a top end as such, and my goodness, the ride quality is so bad. You can't ride this motorcycle for long at all. The suspension travel is obnoxiously low. The problem is the rear is a bit on the softer side, so when you're trying to corner hard now, that time, you know, the rear actually doesn't support you enough. So yes, handling could be better, and the bike obviously heats up a lot as well. So I can see that this particular Jawa motorcycle could have been a lot better in terms of the way it rides. I mean, only if it rode the way it looks, this would be so amazing. Horn is decent. Yeah, because it has got good amount of grunt and the torque rush slower down. You don't really have to downshift it aggressively to get going, but you go into a higher gear at lower speeds as such now, then obviously there's some knocking which can be felt on this motorcycle. Revving the motor and off we go. First gear, it does between 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. In second gear, let me check, it does somewhere between 60 to 70 kilometers per hour. And in third gear, well, it does somewhere between, let me check, between 80 to 90 kilometers per hour. Why is it between 80 to 90 or between 30 to 40, and what those? Why am I not giving you an accurate figure? Simply because the needle vibrates so much now, you don't know what speed it is at, and plus you can't see half the speedometer only. Such poorly designed speedometers, I don't know how that even passed production, because you can't even see half of it. And now because the seat height is low, it's very good for short riders and it's very bad for tall riders like me. I can feel a cramp in my knee already, sorry, in my hip I can feel a cramp, because it just is so freaking low in terms of seat height, and with a very awkward seating position as well. The fuel efficiency is somewhere between 28 to 32 kilometers per liter, which is decent for a bike of this cubic capacity, of course. But like I see it, this is more of a show than of, you know, about having outright go. And this is a motorcycle which is fun but very uncomfortable. This is a motorcycle which you will buy only for its looks, because it definitely looks the part and is actually a decent amount of fun as well in terms of handling. Right, of course. And also in terms of the fact that the engine has a decent amount of grunt too, but doesn't sound good at all. The engine kind of sounds flat. I mean, I'm not impressed by the sound, but then all the Jawas sound a little bit meek, not really exciting as such in any way whatsoever. But that said, still kudos to Jawa for making something as radical as this Bobber Perak, which is basically a motorcycle which definitely looks like a concept which is just too stunning in terms of design, and that's the only reason you would probably want to buy one. Till then, maybe you should wait for Jawa to upgrade its other bikes with this same engine, because this engine definitely feels a lot better, a lot quicker. Not the most refined, but then still could be sounding better for sure. So guys, this is my vlog of the Jawa Perak. I think it's a very good attempt by Jawa, and I think, you know, they can refine a few things, make it more comfortable, more practical, easier to live with. But then if you're looking for something which is practical, you wouldn't be looking at a Perak at all. And Bobber motorcycles aren't really meant to be comfortable, but then such kind of bikes are not comfortable either. So you are better off with a Honda Unicorn. Just kidding. I like this bike. I like the attention it grabs. I like the fact that it's faster than things like these, and it makes less noise pollution as well. If you like this vlog, make sure to give it a thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.